right now on Fox 28 News at 9.
The voting is over, and now hundreds of candidates wait for your picks to lead Iowa's cities. The familiar faces re-entering the arena.
But now the challenge is, where do we go next and how do we pay for it?
To the political rookies trying to take the reins of leadership.
There's got to be a better way of doing this. I didn't hear my voice represented.
Complete live team coverage of Vote 2017.
And your temperatures are expected to go up for a day. We'll tell you all about that and another big cool down in your weather first forecast.
From Broadcast Park and crews across the corridor working for you, you're watching the most complete newscast of the day. Fox 28 News at 9 begins now.
They're not household names, but they have a major impact on your day-to-day life. Tonight, nearly every community in eastern Iowa is selecting its local leaders. We have complete Vote 2017 team coverage for you tonight. Anchor Scott Sanborn is monitoring tonight's vote on a bond that would fund the Tiffin Library. Reporter Gabriela Vidal is in Iowa City for tonight's key council races. Anchor Matt Hamill is in Cedar Rapids, where a number of council seats are up for grabs. But we begin with Fox 28 News political reporter and host of Iowa in Focus, Kevin Barry, with a look at the biggest race of the night, Cedar Rapids Mayor. Kevin?
Kelly, right now we're standing by at the Iowa Brewing Company with Monica Vernon, who right now is leading the vote for mayor. It's Monica Vernon, and then Scott Olson and Brad Hart are in a dead heat for second place. But Monica, you have a pretty sizable lead right now with a handful of the precincts reporting. Did you expect this coming into this race because your name recognition was so high? You've served in the city for so long, and you ran for Congress just last cycle.
Well, you know, I've just had wonderful conversations with people at their doors all summer long, and I have met the most wonderful people. And so, yeah, I felt really good, give and take, back and forth. A lot of questions, but I've had great conversations. I broke my toe, and I went to the phones, and I kept on going, and people are calling me now, so I've felt good about it, you know, all along.
This was an 8-person race coming into tonight, which is part of the reason why we're expecting a runoff in the next few days between the top two vote getters. What's it like now to be able to look ahead to that runoff and have it be pared down to just 2?
Well, you know, this is about the people. This is about our city, and it's their city, and so I'm really looking forward to some debates where we can maybe talk in more than 1-minute answers. You know, when you have so many, it's hard to tell the story. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think there will be a lot of information for people. And, you know, I am still just really dedicated to being the mayor, to taking the city to new heights. And, you know, we'll see what happens. But we'll be, I'm going to get a good night's sleep tonight, but I will be up early in the morning and ready to go.
Scott Olson and Brad Hart are also well known. Scott Olson from his time on council, Brad from his volunteering around the community. What would be the choice then that voters have between either one of two of them and yourself in this December 5th runoff?
Well, I think, you know, I really have the most experience, having been the mayor pro tem or the vice mayor for 6 years, and I think that makes a huge difference. I'm ready to go in and take that gavel day one and really get to work for the people of Cedar Rapids. And I think that's what really matters here is, you know, we've come back from the flood, but what have we been doing the last couple of years? And there's a lot of things that need fixing. There's a lot of neighborhoods that may be left behind a little bit. And, you know, I want to roll my sleeves up day one and get in there. And I think having that experience that I have means that I'm going to be able to do that.
Stand by for the rest of this mayoral race in Cedar Rapids tonight, not only on the Fox 28 News at 9, but also on the CBS News 10 at 10. Covering the corridor in Cedar Rapids, Kevin Barry, Fox 28 News at 9.
Besides the race for mayor, 4 seats on the city council were up for grabs in Cedar Rapids tonight. We begin with an open at-large seat vacated by Ralph Russell. It appears Damian Epps is leading this race over Tyler Olson and Lisa Cuzella. And in District 1, incumbent Chris Julick gave up his seat in order to run for mayor. Right now, it appears Marty Hager will take his seat, holding on to a lead over Ryan Russell. There were 2 other seats featuring some familiar names. Fox 28 News anchor Matt Hamill continues tonight's Vote 2017 team coverage with races in District 3 and District 5.
Yeah, Kelly, let's talk about District 3. We are here at Parlor City, and there are very few people that I would interrupt in the middle of their victory speech, but Dale Todd is one of them. The former Parks Commissioner is back in local politics. And are you ready to call this as a victory tonight in District 3?
I tell you, I think they've called it. But I have to say I had great opponents. They ran a classic, positive campaign, and I appreciate it. They talked about the issues and they worked hard, and that made us a better campaign.
What do you want to say to these supporters that came out tonight?
Guys, I want you to have fun tonight, but after tonight, we got a lot of work. We've got to keep moving this city forward, and we're looking forward to doing it.
As you were. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Dale Todd back in local politics tonight. Dale Todd declaring himself the winner in District 3, and at least at this point it certainly looks that way. We will be back here later with an update. For now, Matt Hamill, Fox 28 News.
Here's a look at some of the other races in Lynn County. 2 council seats up for grabs in Marion, and the at-large race. Right now it appears Randy Sternad has the early lead with, we have, let's see here, 30% reporting. He has 59% of that. And turning to Ward 2 in Marion, Stephen Jensen currently holds a lead over Peter Johnson for the council seat. Turning to Hiawatha, where voters are electing 2 city council members. Right now, the incumbent is trailing the field with Rob Archibald and Stephen Dodson leading the way. We'll continue to scroll the latest numbers at the bottom of the screen. Now, don't forget, you can always get the latest information by downloading our smartphone app. It is free to use on your Apple or Android device. Just search for KGAN CBS 2 in the App Store. We're going to have more results in just a moment. We're checking in with our weather now. We got to prepare for our day tomorrow with Weather First Chief Meteorologist Terry Swales.
Cold election night here in eastern Iowa. Temperatures right now are in the mid and upper 20s, so we've got a cold night ahead of us. But tomorrow, I do think a little moderation around here, and it should be a decent afternoon. With 29 degrees in Cedar Rapids now, our wind is north-northwest at 5 miles an hour. And on the radars, we've got nothing to show you around the upper Midwest tonight. And on the satellites, you can see that there's clear skies all around eastern Iowa, so plenty of stars ahead of us during the overnight hours. And with light winds and dry air, that means those temperatures will continue to cool. We'll start tomorrow morning with fair skies and a temperature of 21. But with those southerly winds and the dry air, we'll warm it up pretty nice tomorrow afternoon and should end up around 47 degrees for the afternoon high.
A pair of contests in Iowa City tonight determining who will serve on the city council next year. Fox 28 News reporter Gabriela Vidal joins us now live in Iowa City with more on tonight's races.
That's right, Kelly. As you can kind of hear behind me, it is a lively crowd tonight in Iowa City for one winner in particular, but we'll get into that in a moment. But for right now, 3 winners for the at-large and the District B seat. Susan Mims won the District B seat. She won a 60% of the votes, while Ryan Hall, her opponent, the 24-year-old from University of Iowa, got 40% of those votes. Now, for the main at-large position, Kingsley Boschway will reprise his incumbent position alongside Mazair Salih. She running for the first time for the district. She actually is the community organizer for the Center for Workers' Justice, and today a lot of people came out and supported her in her rights for affordable housing, transportation, and everything along those issues. But I'm going to let her take control of that. She joins me here right now, actually, and we're going to talk a little bit more about your win. So congratulations, first of all.
Thank you so much.
Of course. So you were mentioning this in your acceptance speech. You did not imagine being here today. You said you couldn't imagine it. So tell me your initial reaction to this.
I was really exciting, you know. Just like I have to rub my eyes twice to see if I'm seeing the number right. You know, it was very, very excited for me.
Definitely. And so you mentioned a lot of things in your campaign. What made you initially want to start this journey, this long process of running for council?
Yes, my experience at the Center for Worker Justice, working with different people, different level of educations, different level of income, people who are really being left out and behind. And I work with the elected official. I work with people at the, professor at the University of Iowa. I just think like there is a big gap between those people, and I think I will be a bridge builders because I've been doing this. My experience and my ability to bring people together
this my experience and my ability, and I think I will make it stronger if I be a city council member.
Well, thank you so much for sharing everything, and congratulations on your big win.
Thank you so much.
And the celebrations seem to be continuing here for the rest of the night, and we'll have more on that later tonight at CBS 2 News at 10. But for now, covering the corridor in Iowa City, Gabriella Vidal, Fox 28 News.
Our Vote 2017 coverage continues in Coralville, where just one contested race was on the ballot this year. Voters there selected 3 people to serve on the city council. Preliminary results show Thomas Gill and Lori Goodrich have won re-election to the city council. Joining them is Megan Foster, elected to her first term on the council. In Tiffin tonight, millions of dollars were on the line as voters weighed in on an effort to raise funds for the city's library. Fox 28 News anchor Scott Sanborn's tracking tonight's results for us.
Kelly, as you know, Tiffin is growing at a very rapid rate, and in order to keep up with it, city leaders asked voters to approve nearly tripling the levy, which funds the town's public library. But tonight, the voters rejected plans to increase their levy for the library from 10 cents to 27 cents. The final numbers, 130 no, 91 yes, falling well short of the simple majority it needed to pass. Right now, the library actually is housed within Clear Creek Amana Middle School in Tiffin. Leaders had hoped the added funds would let them expand hours and programs while keeping their collections up to date in a digital world. But again, the library levy has failed. There was one more race in Tiffin tonight, 3 spots up for grabs on the city council. If these final results hold, James Bartles and Al Havens retain their seats, and Eric Schnedler will join them. We will, of course, continue scrolling all the results at the bottom of the screen and on our website, fox28iowa.com.
After voters turned down an $80 million bond referendum during September's school elections, the Linn-Mar Community School District is turning to a new plan for now. Fox 28 News reporter Mitch Fick joins us from the newsroom with how the district is working to make some improvements anyway.
Yeah, Kelly, district leaders tell me they won't be making a new push for a different bond until next September. Instead, their focus right now is turning to 3 of the district's oldest buildings.
We feel as a district that the bond didn't pass because the plan's details were just too vague.
So that means rethinking how to help the Linn-Mar Community School District tackle those growing numbers, and it starts with a present focus on the past.
What we want to accomplish first is immediate needs at our 3 historic elementaries, those schools being Bowman Woods, Indian Creek, and Wilkins Elementary. Roof repair, ceilings, floors, restrooms, things like that.
That's music to the ears of Indian Creek Elementary Principal Mary Lee McConnell.
Our building is quite, I think the word is historic.
McConnell says there are a number of needs at the school, specifically the bathrooms and some of the lockers that have probably been there since the building opened.
We're hoping that the renovations can help provide a better learning environment for our students. We have 570 students enrolled in this building, and it was not designed for that many children, so it's getting used deeply every day.
And getting these fixes to foundational buildings in the district help them balance history along with educational advances.
We value our roots and our foundation, and we also treasure new innovation. So how can we bring all of that together for our community?
Obviously a little bit of a wish list there of things to be considered during those renovations, and May tells me that the district is going to have some more specific examples on what those projects exactly are going to tackle sometime next month. Mitch Fick, Fox 28 News.
Next on Fox 28 News at 9, the new evidence coming together for investigators after a Sunday morning church massacre in Texas. As political talk ramps up over possible gun control measures. We're also monitoring races across the corridor tonight. Here's a look at some of the latest numbers into the newsroom. Much more to come when Fox 28 News at 9 returns.